Hey guys, we're back down to the Thumpstar workshop again, doing another information video to help you guys out. This one's going to be on chains, so we're just going to show you the two different chains that you'll come across on most pit bikes, and we'll show you which chains Thumpstar uses and for what reasons. So the first chain we're going to talk about here is the 420 chain. This is what I class as the race chain. It's actually used on most of the bikes, and to be honest, if you're not racing, you shouldn't really have it on your bike. It's more lightweight than the 428 chain. It's going to stretch more easily, and if it's not maintained correctly, it's got more of a chance of falling off. And if it falls off, you can cause all kinds of damage. The worst thing is normally your broken stator, which can be quite annoying to fix. So you really got to make sure these are checked more regularly, and yeah, they're just more maintenance than a 428 chain. So yeah, and the next one we've got here is a 428 chain. This is what all the new Thumpstars have. It's a thicker chain. It's it's not quite as good for racing, but I mean, at the end of the day, you just want a good quality chain that's going to last a distance. So that's why we use the 428 chains. So yeah, we'll give you a couple of measurements so you guys get a rough understanding how the 428 and the 420 actually works. So the first digit is actually stands for the pitch, and chains are all in imperial, so they're it's quite difficult to work it out. But basically, the four means it means a half an inch, and it's in 1/8 increments. So 4 times 1/8 is half an inch. So it is quite complicated, and I don't want to confuse you guys too much. And then the same for the for the 20 or the 28 is actually the measurement of the width of the inside of the chain. And then yeah, it's the same thing. It's just really complicated, but that's how it works. So technically, a 428, the 28 means that it's wider than a 20 of a 420 chain. So the next thing, so you got your 420, your 428, then you'll see there's a link. So normally it'd be like 110 links or 108 links. How you work that out? It's pretty straightforward. You just find your joiner on the chain, which is right up here. So then you'll count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Count right all the way around, and then what you'll do is times it by 2. So you'll count them all around, and it'll be like, say, 52, and you'll times that, which means it's 104 links, because you're actually counting every single, the outside link and the inside link. I mean, you can go around and count it that way, but it's just going to take you twice as long. And so if you buy a chain that's obviously got too many links, and you need to shorten it, then all you need is one of these tools here, which is a chain brake, and it's real basic to use. You can buy them really cheap, normally sort of around $20. Just put it on there, push the pin out where you want it, and bang, you're ready to go. So if you guys want to put a 428 chain on a 420 bike, or a 420 chain on a 428 bike, all you have to do is purchase yourself a front and rear sprocket. With the for a 428 chain, obviously you get a 428 sprocket. This is a 428 41 tooth sprocket. Put that on, and you're away. So it's simple as that to change to a different size chain. And luckily the sprockets aren't too expensive, so won't cost you an arm and a leg. Next thing we're going to show you is chain lube. I mean, everyone sort of knows about chain lube, but it's quite an important thing. You should do it sort of even every time you go riding. Put a bit of chain lube on. Just makes your chain last a bit longer. All you do is set it up on a stand and spin the wheel like this. Go all the way around a couple of times, and that's your chain all lubed up. Next thing is just this is another chain tool that you can get. It's you don't have to have one of these, but this makes it a bit easier. When you're putting a new chain on your bike, all you do is you use this. You can adjust it so it pulls your chain right in. Then when you've got it perfect, all you do is slot your joiner link in, and you're away. I mean, it's not this, you don't have to have this tool, but it does make it a bit easier. Last of all, we're just going to talk about the chain adjustment. You need to make sure you got a little bit of play in your chain. If you don't have play in your chain, if it's too tight, you can run the risk of doing a jump and snapping your chain, and even doing some other kind of damage to your engine or sprocket. And then if you have it too loose, you'll have the risk of it, you know, falling off, and which can also cause damage. So you've got to make sure your chain's adjusted correctly. The best way to adjust this is obviously to sit on your bike, put weight on it. Once your weight's on it, then adjust it. You want to make sure it does have like a little bit of play in it like this. But if you see here the Thumpstar, if you look up here, the Thumpstars actually have a tab. So this tab is really useful. It basically tells you if your chain's too loose or too tight. As you can see at the moment, it's see, it doesn't go over top of the tab, which means yeah, it's pretty much adjusted about right. But like I say, you do need to have your weight on it. You do need to have your weight on it when you do that adjustment. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for chains, and I hope that helped you guys out.